What is conversion rate? I will explain in 1 minute. Imagine you bought a bunch of spinach for dinner. When you cook, the size of the spinach will shrink from a basketball to a table tennis ball. This percentage of final size out of the original size is your conversion rate. For many businesses, there will be visitors and final customers who pay money for your product. The conversion rate is the percentage of the final customers out of the total number of visitors. A high conversion rate means successful marketing and UX design. It means people want what you are offering and they can easily get it. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is usability testing? I will explain in 1 minute. Imagine you are writing a cookbook about cake and you have confidence in your cake, but you are not quite sure if people can follow your recipe and make the same cake as you. So you picked up a draft recipe and asked people to make a cake by following the recipe. You observed the process, noted people's confusion when reading the recipe, and happily you find that people can complete the task, which means your recipe works. This process is usability testing. In UX design, usability testing asks users to complete tasks while a researcher observes them to learn if any problems or confusions are encountered when interacting with the design. It's an essential job for UX designers. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is wireframing in UX design? I'll explain in 1 minute. Wireframing is a way to design a website or an app at a structural level. It shows an overview of the basic stuff, such as structure, layout, information architecture, user flow, functionality, and intended behaviors. Usually, wireframes contain a minimum level of color, styling, graphics, etc. If a digital product is a person, the wireframe is like the X-ray image shows his bones, organs, and internal structure. Wireframes can be drawn by hand or created digitally, and wireframing is a critical job for UX designers. Stay tuned for more videos like this. UX design interview process. I will explain in 1 minute. The UX designer interview process depends on companies, markets, and industries, and it could have different steps, formats, and timeframes. But there are 2 things usually included: a case study review and a culture check. A case study review requires the designer to walk through a design example that they've been involved and present the design process and decisions. A culture check is usually an interview for checking if the designer is a right match for the company. In a nutshell, a case study aims to find if you can do the job, and a culture check seeks to see if you are the right person to work with. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a mockup in UX design? I'll explain in 1 minute. A mockup is a realistic representation on how the design will finally look. Usually, a mockup should look exactly like the final product. For presentation, some designers use device mockup templates to help customers know the context of the design, or just simply want to make the design look cool. It's more relevant to UI design rather than UX. Just a simple search on Dribble, you will see what a mockup looks like. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What are lo-fi and hi-fi prototypes? I will explain in 1 minute. Fidelity refers to the level of detail on a wireframe or a prototype. There are low, medium, and high fidelity prototypes. The type you use depends on the needs of a given project. Say you are building a house, and in the very beginning, you just sketched the house in your mind as a doodle. Then you hired an architectural designer to get you a detailed illustration of your house. With these images as the reference, your builder will know what your house looks like. These are lo-fi and hi-fi prototypes. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a mood board in UX and UI design? I'll explain in 1 minute. A mood board is a collection of stuff such as images, text, colors, or other branding elements that help define the style of a product. Say you're building your dream house. Before everything starts, you get a large board and put all the things you and your family dream about for that house. The colors, the decoration, theme, articles from magazines, and even some wallpaper examples. With that board, your family will generally feel what you want. A mood board gives an insight into the voice, direction, language, and the style of a particular project, design, or brand. Unlike other UX design methods, a mood board is a free-flowing by nature. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is A/B testing? I will explain in 1 minute. A/B testing compares two designs against each other to determine which performs better. Say you work on a new brand of chili sauce and your client is not sure which primer color should use, red or green. So you printed red and green labels of the chili sauce bottles and replaced the original labels. Then you picked a restaurant, put the green chili sauce bottles on the shelf on day 1 and red bottles on day 2. You sat at the bar and calculated the number of customers' requests for chili sauce for these 2 days. Now you have the data to help you define which color to go. That's A/B testing. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a persona? I'll explain in 1 minute. A persona is a fictional representation of a user group you are designing for to help you make the design decisions. Say you work on a new coffee brand target on computer programmers. Before you start working on design, you should know your customers. After talking to your client, doing some research, checking data, and interviewing a few engineers, you have some insights, such as behaviors and mental models about your customers. Then you put those insights together and create a character, John Doe, an iOS developer. By describing John to your team, people will know who you are designing for. That's a persona. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What's a prototype in UX design? I will explain in 1 minute. A prototype is an outline of the proposed final product used for testing before launch. Say you are working on inventing the ATM and you want to know if your concept works. So you build a cardboard ATM model and put someone inside the box. Then you ask your customer to save or withdraw money and learn from this process. This is a prototype. For digital design, low-level prototypes usually use a bunch of wireframes to show how a design will look. High-level prototypes typically contain more details, even with more interactions, but they are not full functional product. That's what a prototype is in a nutshell. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a case study? I'll explain in 1 minute. In terms of UX design, a case study is a detailed story of how you solve user experience problems. Consider your final design as a movie, and a case study is like the director's commentary for that movie. It shows the design context and is more focused on the design process than the final result. Just as the commentary usually reveals why a movie is made like this, not like that, a design case study will explain why the designer made those design decisions during the process. Case studies are essential for UX designers to show their capability to solve real-world problems. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a storyboard? I'll explain in 1 minute. Say you work on a coffee product, target on computer engineers. Before working on how they can buy coffee on your website, you want to figure out how to find your coffee or why they want to buy it. So you got a bunch of images or doodles to map out the story. While discussing this story with your team, the customer's flow and the persona become clearer. That's a storyboard. It communicates a story through images to provide additional context to your team, and it helps the designer clarify user journey and user persona. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a UX research in UX and product design? I will explain in 1 minute. UX research is not just one practice. It depends on different teams for different goals. UX research might mean validating prototypes and concepts for product teams. And for marketing teams, it might mean testing brand designs and messaging before a launch. In short, UX research is about collecting user and customer insights to make better business decisions. Without research, you risk investing time and effort in the wrong solutions, or even worse, in the wrong direction. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What is a UX portfolio? I'll explain in 1 minute. Imagine you are a treasure hunter. You find a pirate hidden treasure, and it was not easy. You dug some clues from hundreds of documents. You talked to people. You made a few assumptions, went through them, and failed a few times. Then you find the correct place, pasted the text, and voila, you find the treasure. The treasure here is your project result, and the journal of the whole story is your portfolio. It presents your project and deliverables with a story, ideally, for the hiring manager. UX portfolio shows your skills and experience in solving a real problem, and it's essential for a UX designer's career. Stay tuned for more videos like this. What's an MVP? I'll explain in 1 minute. An MVP, aka a minimum viable product, is a product with just enough features to attract early adopter customers and validate the product idea early in the product development cycle. Say you want to run an ice cream business at a local beach, as you see many people going to that beach. Before actually investing in renting a store or buying ice cream truck, you just bought a few boxes of ice cream from the local supermarket, put them on your van, write a sign, and start to sell them on that beach. After this experiment, you know it would be a good business, and that is an MVP. Stay tuned for more videos like this.